So as we start our class this morning, making sure we've got both sit bones resting fully and comfortably on the floor, both feet resting fully and comfortably on our hips are on the chair, our feet are on the floor. Sorry about that. Take a moment to find your center. Distributing our weight evenly between both hips, both legs, both feet. And once we have that stable and supported foundation, let's bring our attention to the top of our head. And with our next inhalation, gently extend the top of our head towards the ceiling, feeling our spine lengthen, feeling those muscles along either side of our spine activate. Let's bring our shoulders over our hips. Take one more inhalation here and exhale, gently relaxing those muscles along the side of our spine, feeling our vertebrae stacking on top of each other, feeling taller, stronger, and centered through our upper body. Find a comfortable position for our hands, resting them on our lap, palms up or down. Feel free to close your eyes if that's a comfortable position for you as we move our awareness within, as we begin to connect and follow our breath, connect to and follow the rhythm of our breath. Breathing in and out through our nose. Beginning to let go of any effort to breathe in a particular way. Let our bodies take over, our breath flowing naturally, smoothly and evenly, deeply and effortlessly, as we each connect to our rhythm and feel our bodies responding to that slight change in our breathing pattern. Our bodies breathing to bring us into a more relaxed feeling. Our muscles begin to relax. Our joints begin to release. Our minds begin to quiet and center. We can let go of our stress and tension. We can let go of our worries and anxious thoughts, bringing our full presence to our practice and into the moment. As we relax, as we calm, as we breathe, let's mentally scan through our bodies, noticing any areas that might feel a little tight or tense as we begin our class today. Let's take time to acknowledge those areas that might need a little extra care today. Let's let go of expectations and any judgment, remembering that as we move through our class today, let's stay in the moment, listen to and honor our bodies, and find our poses that meet our body's needs for today. Each one of us is going to do our practice for our bodies for this morning. So let's take a few more moments to breathe, to scan through our bodies once more, checking in, releasing stress, releasing tension, quieting and centering our minds. Let's take one last long, relaxing inhalation in, following it with a nice relaxing long exhalation out. As we inhale, our eyes were closed, gently opening our eyes, keeping our face nice and calm, staying in seated mountain pose. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze our face as tight as we can, like we're making a fist with our face, foreheads, eyes, cheeks, jaw. And then inhale slowly, letting all those muscles relax again. Exhale, squeeze, making the squishiest face you can. We're all doing it so no one can see you. And then inhale, slowly releasing. One more time, exhale, we're squeezing. Inhale, slowly relax, feeling that warming energy flow back into our face. Opening our eyes, taking a calming, centering breath. And then inhale, eyes only are going to look up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, eyes only are going to look towards the floor. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. One more gaze up. One more gaze down. And then closing your eyes. Let those muscles rest. So we have muscles all around our eyeballs that help us see, to focus, help with our peripheral vision. So we want to make sure those muscles stay strong and healthy as well. So let's open our eyes, a gaze straight ahead, and then eyes only are going to look to the right. So we're not moving our head, and then back to center, and then look to the left. Eyes only, look to the right, and center, and to the left. One more look to the right. One more look to the left. Make sure you're not tensing your jaw or your shoulders. Back to center, close your eyes. A calming, centering breath here. Let those eye muscles relax. We have one more eye exercise. So as we open our eyes, find a point farthest away from you that you can, straight ahead, and focus your gaze there. And then we're going to switch our focus maybe towards the tip of our nose or the floor, closer in front of us. And then we're going to look to that far off point. And then looking close, looking far, looking close, looking far. One more time. And then let's close our eyes. Let those muscles relax. So if you do a lot of close work on the computer, doing that and those eye exercises on a regular basis can really help keep your eyes healthy. So let's take a relaxing, centering breath. Eyes open or closed. We're going to inhale and gently extend our chin up. And as we exhale, we're going to gently tuck our chin down towards our chest, gently opening up the front and back of our neck. So we're moving with our breath so we can listen to and honor our bodies, finding our range of motion, doing this very slow nodding of our head. Inhale, chin is extending up. So we're not tipping our head back. We're lengthening through the front of our spine, cervical spine, our neck. And then as we tuck our chin down, feel that nice lengthening and opening through the back of our neck or cervical spine. Next, inhale, we're going to float our chin back to neutral, which is parallel to the floor. And then inhale, we're going to gently reach that left ear up towards the ceiling and let the right ear relax down towards the shoulders. Don't bring the shoulders up to meet the ear. Let the ear just relax. And then as we exhale, we're going to float back to center. And then next inhale, right ear is going to extend, gently opening up along the sides of our neck. You might even feel it along the top of your shoulders or upper back. Let's go back. Lifting that left ear up towards the ceiling. And then back to center. And then left ear, or right ear, up. Back to center. One more flow through each side. We're still moving with our breath. We're still moving through our comfortable range of motion. We're still warming up as we bring that left ear in. And back to center, keeping our chin in neutral. Let's gently turn our head towards the right. Back to center. Again, eyes can be open or closed. Sometimes if you feel comfortable with your eyes closed, that kind of just helps us listen to and be more aware of our bodies and how we're feeling. But if you're more comfortable with eyes open, feel free to keep them open. Just a soft, unfocused gaze, moving with the breath, listening to our body. Let's do one more rotation to the right and center, and one more rotation to the left. And as we come back to center, close your eyes for a moment, take a nice centering breath, and then arms are going to come down by our side. So we're going to do our Celtic cross today. We're going to do one arm at a time. So let's start with our right side. So bringing both shoulders to neutral, and just notice how they're feeling as we start. And then on an inhale, we're going to gently bring just the right shoulder up towards the ear. And then slowly let it relax back to neutral. Let those muscles relax. And then we're going to draw that shoulder up. And then relax. Again, we're moving with our breath. We don't want to overstretch. We're still warming up. And then all the way up. And then back to neutral. So let's go the other way. We're going to gently reach those right fingertips down, creating as much space between our ear and our shoulder, and then gently flow up. Spine stays long now. This is just a movement through the shoulder, and then reach down and relax up. One more time, relax, reaching down and relaxing, coming back to neutral. We have two more directions. We did our up and down. So now we're going to go back. So we're going to draw our shoulder back. Feel that little gentle squeeze in the shoulder blade area, and then slowly come back to neutral. You might even want to rotate the palm forward. And then slowly release. Let's do one more time, drawing that shoulder back. And then as we come back to neutral, let all those muscles release and relax. We have one more direction to go, the front. So this time we're going to bring our shoulder forward. So there's a slight rounding, and maybe the whole arm gently turns, palm facing back this time, and then let's come back to center. And then we're going to do it again 3 times. We are doing in each direction. And then one more time. Breathing whatever comfortable, there's no pattern. So now we're going to put those 4 movements together. So we want to hit those 4 corners of our cross. So we're going to go all the way up. We're going to go forward. We're going to go down, back, up, and forward, down, and back. Let's do it 2 or 3 more times and try to smooth that out into a circle, hitting those 4 points of our Celtic cross. And then slowly relax that side to neutral. We want to go in the other direction now. So let's bring our shoulder up to our ear. We're going to move back, down, and forward, up, back. And once you kind of hit those 4 corners, smooth it out into a circle. 1 or 2 more circles. And then let that side fully relax. Pausing here, noticing if there's a little difference between the left and the right shoulder areas. Take a breath to center. So this little pause in between just alerts our brain to what we could feel like and how much tension we do hold into our shoulders. So let's move to the other side. So we're done with our right arm now. Let's go to our left. We're going to start by bringing our shoulder all the way up and release it down. So this is a gentle somatic yoga flow. And somatics is actually a repatterning. You know, we do so many habitual things that our muscles kind of get amnesia and forget what they can do. So by reaching and doing these smaller movements with awareness and starting to repattern those muscles into a greater range of motion, we can get rid of a lot of the tension, tightness, and pain that we might experience. So we all hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. So after we do 3 times reaching down, let's go back. So we're going to gently draw that shoulder back and release. And 2 more times. Again, we're moving gently, we're moving with awareness. We're kind of exploring the range of motion that we can have when we do it with awareness. Let's come back to center and go forward. So shoulder is going to roll forward and then come back to neutral. Every time we come back to neutral, let those muscles relax for a moment. Last time, forward. And now let's put the 4 movements together. So we're going to go all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down, all the way back. Making sure you've got your 4 corners, and then we can smooth it out. 2 or 3 more rotations in this direction. And then fully relax those muscles. Take a few relaxing, centering breaths, and now we're going to go the other way. So all the way up, all the way back, all the way down, and forward. Up, back. And once we've got those corners, start to smooth it out. Doing 1 or 2 more in this direction. And then let that side relax. And hopefully we feel a little more balanced now, left to right. Take a nice centering breath here. And then inhale, right arm's going to start to reach forward and up. So now that we've warmed up that shoulder joint, let's find our range of motion using our whole arm, other arm. Let's do an alternating arm one more time. And then inhale both arms. And exhale, lower. Inhale both arms. And then we're going to exhale, bring our hands together at our heart. So we're going to do our namaste flow. So starting with our hands together in front of our heart, relax the top of the shoulders. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to press that right hand all the way over to the right as far as we can. And then we're going to come back through center. And then we're going to press in the other direction. And back through center. Press to the right. And center. And press to the left. And center. Good. Coming to center. This time we're going to inhale. Arms are going to come straight up. Keep your palms together. Find your range of motion. And then we're going to flow back down to center. Next inhale, press down. We're not going to go quite as far, but a nice stretch for the forearms. Back to center. We're going to reach up. And center. And move down. And center. One more flow up. And one more flow down. As we come back to center, we're going to put those 4 points together. So we're going to go all the way to the right, all the way up, all the way left, all the way down. So imagine you're circling a clock. So we're getting into the chest and mid-back region a little bit more now. One more circle in this direction. And then let's come back to center. Let all those muscles relax again. Take a breath, and now we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go right, but this time we're going to go down and then left. So same circle, opposite direction. Try to keep your hands close to your body, or your arms close to your body, I should say. Same number of circles, 3 or 4, in the other direction. And then let's come back to center. Take a breath, release the arms, shake them out a little bit. Feel free to roll the shoulders a little bit. Take a breath. And then arms come to our side. Let's inhale. Right arm's going to reach up and over. And back down. And then left arm. Bend the elbow as much as we need to. to keep those shoulders safe and comfortable. One more flow with each arm. And then let's inhale both arms and exhale both arms down. Inhale both arms up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to float our fingertips down to our shoulders. Scoot forward in the chair a little bit. We're going to move into a little bit of into our cat-cow flow. So with our fingertips on our shoulders, elbows out to the side, we're going to inhale and we're going to gently draw our elbows back. So that's going to gently draw the shoulder blades together. And as we continue to inhale, we're going to lift the heart. So we have a nice opening along the front of our spine, a little arch in that low back. And then as we exhale, we're going to come back through neutral center and elbows come forward, pull the belly in and round and open the back of the spine. This is cat pose. Inhale, elbows move back as we lift our heart in cow. And as we exhale, let's move back into cat. A few more flows here. Moving with the breath, moving in our comfortable range of motion, listening to our body. One more inhale into cow. One more exhale into cat. And then let's inhale neutral. So from here, we're going to open up the sides of our spine. So as we inhale, we're going to let that right elbow lift up, left elbow tips down. We're lengthening through the right side of our spine. And then coming up, back through neutral. And then we're going to flow the other way. Back to neutral. Inhaling, opening one side. Exhale, neutral. And then the other side. Let's do each side one more time. Good. Fingertips on shoulders. We have one more move to do, and that's our rotation. So as we inhale, we're going to gently twist to the right, back to center, and then twist to the left. Again, we're moving with our breath, listening to our body, finding our twisting range of motion as we gently twist to each side one more time. And as we come back to neutral, we're going to float our arms down. Feel free to roll your shoulders, shake out your wrists a little bit. And then let's warm up our hands before we move to our lower body. So just let our hands rest out in front of us. And we're going to spread our fingers apart and then bring them all together. Spread them apart and bring them together. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Spread them apart and together. One more time. Spread them apart. Bring them together. Keeping them together, we're going to inhale, palms up. And then exhale, neutral, and then palms down. And neutral. Palms up, neutral, palms down. Good. One more, palms up. One more, palms down. And then we're going to make a gentle fist and extend, and a fist and extend. Good. And then with a gentle fist, we're going to circle the wrists. Both directions. Good. Then keeping that gentle fist, let's stick our thumbs out and we're going to do our thumb circles. Both directions. And then slowly release your fist, float your hands down to your lap. Take a moment here, take a breath, check in. Feel free to grab some water now or whenever you feel the need throughout class. We always want to stay hydrated, especially when we're exercising, when we're moving all of our joints. We want to keep them nice and lubricated, as well as keep our muscles hydrated. And then coming back to seated mountain, let's begin to warm up our legs as we gently lift the right leg and then the left leg. Just a gentle, slow flowing march. So just like we did a gentle nodding of our head, we want to go nice and slow and find our range of motion for our hips and legs. If you're sitting really far back in your chair, you might want to march your hips up towards the front of the chair a little bit, because we're going to move our hips another way. We're going to lift our right leg, tap out, and come in, and then left leg. So again, you decide how big. We're listening to our body. We're moving with our breath, warming up the hip joints. One more tap out. And one more tap out. Good. Let's lift that right leg one more time and do some hip circles. Again, moving our joints, all the different ways they can move. And then slowly lower that leg. Let's lift the other leg, circle around. Both directions. And slowly release, making sure we're nice and stable on our chair. Let's inhale, extend the right leg straight out, gently reaching through the heel. We're working on the knee joint and release, and then the left leg. Alternating leg extensions. So knees are a hinge, so we don't have quite as many variations of movement. And then let's extend the right leg, and then we're going to point and flex for our ankle. Good. And then we're going to circle that ankle circles. Spreading the toes if you can, circling in both directions, and then slowly lower that leg. Inhale, left leg is going to reach out. We're going to point and flex. And circle. Both directions. And then slowly release that down. Give both legs a little shake, roll the shoulders, and we're going to end with 3 rounds of our sun salutations. So let's start in mountain. Hands come to our heart. Remembering salutations is a breath and movement flowing together. So your flow might not be the exact same as mine because my breath is different. So you follow your breath, follow your movements, modify when you need to. So as we find our center in mountain, on our next inhalation, arms are going to sweep overhead. As we exhale, we're going to bring our arms to cactus with a little hinge forward. Inhale, seated monkey, hands on our laps, elbows at our side. Exhale, forward fold, belly resting on our thighs, hands staying on our thighs or sliding down towards our ankles. As we inhale, right arm is going to reach out and up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, left arm does the same. As we inhale, both arms reach overhead. As we exhale, arms are going to come straight down and we're going to reach our right leg forward. Inhale. Exhale, left leg forward. Inhale. This time as we exhale, arms are going to sweep down and we're going to lift that right knee. Maybe a single leg march. Maybe we can grab behind our thigh and give it a hug. Inhale, arms overhead, and then we're going to do the other leg, hugging if we can. Inhale, arms reach overhead. We're going to add a twist, bringing our arms to cactus. Back to center. And then a twist to the left in cactus. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. That was 1 round. We're going to do it 2 more times. So again, modify if you need to. Challenge yourself if you'd like. Inhale, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, cactus with a hinge. Belly engages here. Inhale, seated monkey. Shoulder blades are engaged. Our whole back is nice and strong as we exhale, forward fold. Right arm. Left arm. Moving with the breath, inhale. Exhale, arms down, right leg reaches forward. Inhale. Exhale. We have our knee hug next. So as we exhale, sweep the arms down from the side, give that knee a hug. And then arms sweep back up. Sweep it down, lift the other knee to chest. And then in cactus with a twist. And hands to hearts. Take a moment, make sure we're connected with our breath. Quick check-in with our body. We have one more round. Inhale. Exhale, cactus with a hinge. Inhale, seated monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Right arm. Left arm. Inhale, both arms. Arms down, right leg reaches forward. Inhale, left leg. Let's sweep our arms down as we draw the right knee to chest. Give it a gentle hug if we can. And then the left leg. And we have one more set of twists to the right and center and to the left. And center, exhale, hands to heart. And take a moment. Feel the warming energy flowing through our body. Heart rate might be up a little bit. Grab some water. And when we're ready, we're going to stand behind our chairs and find mountain pose. So just like we did for seated mountain, we want to have our legs hip distance apart. We want our joints stacked. We want to feel strong, stable, and centered. Shoulders over hips, chin parallel to the floor, fingertips on our chair for stability, or maybe arms gently and resting actively by our sides. Take a few breaths here. Just find our center, connect with our breath. And then holding gently onto our chair, we're going to inhale and lift both heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift our heels. Exhale, lower. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Holding onto the chair for short. Inhale, we're going to rock back, lifting our toes, rock back on our heels, and then back to center. Inhale, rocking back, and center. One more time, we're going to rock back. Good, let's bring upper and lower body together. So we're going to inhale, right arm's going to reach overhead. We're going to come up on our toes. As we exhale, lower the arm, lower the heels. Inhale, left arm reaches up as we rock back on our heels. And then come back to center. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And toes up as we lift that left arm. Come back to center. Take a breath. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do opposite arms. So here we go. Left arm, we're going to lift on our toes. Right arm, we're going to rock back on our heels. So our brain has to work a little bit differently here. Inhale, left arm, heels up. Inhale, right arm, toes up. One more time, inhaling. And inhaling. Good. And then give everything a little shake. Roll your shoulders. Take a breath or two. We're going to step our feet wider than our hips. So maybe our heels line up with the chair legs. And then we're going to turn our toes slightly out. We're going to move into our squat, warming up our hips a little bit more here. So working our way up, warming hips and knees. So holding onto the chair. Keep that nice long spine. And as we exhale, we're going to bend both knees, let the hips sink straight down. And then press through both feet to come back up. Coming down and up. Good, let's add an arm. So let's do our right arm first. Left arm stays on the chair. Right arm's in front of our right thigh. As we inhale, Bending both knees, right arm's gonna reach up from the side and then float down from the side. Inhale and exhale. One more flow. And then let's switch. So inhale, left arm, as we bend both knees, sink both hips. So we want to make sure our knees feel safe. They're tracking out in the direction of our toes, and our hips are straight, sinking straight down. Good. We're going to do it 4 more times. We can do 2 times with the right arm, 2 times with the left, or we can do it with both arms if we feel strong and stable today. So right arm or both arms, we're going to bend both knees, sweep one or both arms, and then lower and straighten. Inhale and exhale. Switching arms if we're doing one arm at a time. Remember, we're doing this practice for ourselves, so no judgment, no expectations. Good, and then holding onto the chair, step out of that wide position. Shake out the legs, maybe do a few struts. And then moving our hips a little different way, we're gonna do our chair flow. So feet are hip distance apart. Take an inhalation, exhale. We're gonna bend the knees, hinge from the hips, and our hips are gonna slide back and down, finding a chair. And then press through the heels to come up. We can hold on to the chair with both hands. We can float one arm straight forward, maybe alternating arms. Or if we feel pretty stable, maybe both arms. One more chair flow. And as we come back to mountain, again, feel free to shake everything out, do a few struts, roll the shoulders, and then we're going to turn sideways. We're going to have our left hand on the chair, left side of our body close to the chair, right leg's going to be on the outside. So we've got this nice long spine, right arm is by our side, and we're just going to inhale and lift this right knee and lower it. So just do a single leg march a few times, warming up that hip. So you decide how high you want to lift your leg. One more time. Good, then we're going to lift our leg, hand on our hip this time, and we're going to go out and in. So we're rotating that hip a little bit differently. And then lower that leg. So we're going to bring that right knee up. Arm's going to reach overhead, so right arm overhead. And then as we bring our right knee out, we're going to bring our right arm to cactus. And then as we bring that knee forward, arm straightens. So a little bit of coordination needed here. One more time. Elbow bends, knee comes out, arm straightens, knee is in, and then release. Shake that out. Turn it around. We've got the other side to do. So right leg is now our standing leg. Let's start with a left leg march. Just getting those muscles warmed up. And again, you decide how high you want to lift that leg. Check in and see how your body feels. Lift that left leg, and then we're going to inhale out and in. So we're opening and shutting our hip door here. One more. Lower that leg, shift it a little bit, and now let's add that arm. So we're going to lift the left leg, extend the left arm overhead, and then as we exhale, we're going to bring that knee out, elbow bends, and back to center. So a cactus arm with a hip hinge. One more time. And then slowly lower that down. Shake that out. Roll the shoulders. Take a moment. Check in with our body. And let's move through a Warrior One series. So coming back to the back of our chairs, we're going to step our right foot back. So imagine that your feet are on railroad tracks, so they're not super close together. Turn those right toes out a little bit. Keeping that spine long. Inhale, just bend the left knee and then straighten. So as we bend that left knee, we should start to feel a nice, gentle opening in the front of this right hip. Can always make more space between the front and the back foot to make that happen. Spine stays long. And then next inhale, we're going to bend that left knee. Right arm's going to reach overhead. Left hand can stay on the chair. Left hand can come to our hip. Left arm can rise to meet the left in our warrior one. So find your warrior one. Feel your strength. Stay with the breath. Stay present in the moment. One more inhalation here as we exhale. Left hand's going to come back to the chair, and right arm's going to reach straight out to the side. We're going to move into humble warrior. So take an inhalation here as we exhale. We're going to hinge slightly forward. Right arm stays extended, spine stays long. Both legs are still nice and strong, stabilizing our warrior one. Left hand again can stay on the chair, can come to our hip, or left arm can reach out to meet the right arm. Humble warrior. Breathing here. Relax the top of the shoulders. One more inhalation as we exhale. Bring both hands to the chair, and then we're going to slowly unhinge, step that right foot back, and do a little bit of a strut here. Take a breath. We have one more warrior to do. So coming to the other side, left foot's going to step back. So let's just do a few flows, bending and straightening that right knee. So we want that right knee to be tracking towards the second and third toe of that right foot. That left heel stays anchored, and we're feeling a gentle opening in this left hip. Spine stays long. So adjust so that you feel comfortable in this warrior one. One more flow. And then the next time we inhale, we're going to keep the right knee bent, and we're going to float the left arm overhead, opening up through this left hip a little bit more. Again, find a place for your right hand at the chair, your hip, or rising to meet the left. Keep the weight of our body evenly between both legs. So we don't want all the weight in that front leg. Press through that back heel a little bit. Find your center. That's where our strength is, right through the center of our body. One more inhalation here. Exhale. Right hand only is going to come to our chair. And then we're going to extend that left arm straight out. Inhale here. We're going to hinge from the hips, so spine stays long. Coming into humble warrior, reaching through the left fingertips, lengthening through the crown of our head. Option for our right hand, same three options. Breathing in our humble warrior. One more inhalation. Exhale, both hands to the chair. We're going to come out of the hinge, step the left foot forward, and then shake out both legs. Good. Let's do a downward facing dog. Holding onto our chair. The hinge comes from our hips. We're going to bend ourselves in two. Walk our hips back, 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 back as far as we can. Lengthening through our arms, through the side body, along our spine. Bend your knees a little bit and reach that tailbone back a little bit. 3 breaths here. This is such a nice stretch for our low back, for our spine. And then we're going to slowly start to walk out of our forward fold. Good. Rolling our shoulders back. We have one balance pose to do, and we're going to do tree pose today. So let's come to the right side of our chair, and our right foot is going to be our standing foot to start. So we're going to shift our weight to our right leg, press through all four corners, keep that gentle lengthening through the crown of the head, and then we're going to float onto the left toes, heel up, toes down, and then rotate that knee out again. So we're externally rotating our hip, and then we can slide our heel to rest at our ankle or shin. So we have a little kickstand. Right hand can come to our hip. Maybe left hand can come to our hip. Maybe hands can come to our heart, or we can give our tree some limbs. And if we'd like a little more challenge, you might want to put a hand on the chair, float those left toes off the floor, or rest your entire foot along the inner leg and find our tree here. Again, trees are unique, just like people, so we each have our own special tree. Breathe. Stay strong and centered. One more breath, and then slowly hold on to the chair, coming out of our tree pose. Shake everything out, roll the shoulders. Take a nice cleansing, centering breath, move to the other side of our chair. And our left leg now is going to be our tree trunk, or our standing leg. So as we shift that weight, we want to make sure we don't kick that hip out. Hip stays in, float that right heel off the floor, rotate the knee out. So we're externally rotating the hip. Gently press the right heel into the leg and find tree pose on this side. Go in steps. Find one point, find your balance there, and if you feel comfortable there, stay there. If you'd like a little more challenge, maybe float the toes, extend the arms away from the body a little bit more. Again, find your tree pose. Keep breathing. Stay centered. And then slowly, let's come out of our tree. Shake out both legs, roll the shoulders, take a nice cleansing breath, and let's have a seat and find seated mountain. So we've spent a lot of time warming up our muscles, warming up our joints, strengthening our muscles and joints. So let's add some flexibility. Let's inhale. Both arms are going to reach overhead. So we're starting to lengthen through both sides. Couple options here. We can bend our elbows and place our hands on top of our head, or bring our fingertips to our shoulders. We want our shoulders to feel safe. If arms are fully extended, we can interlace our hands here. And then we're going to gently inhale and extend over to the left, opening along the right side, holding here. Breathing here. One more inhalation, exhale, come back to center. And then inhale the other way. So we can have our hands on our head with our elbows bent, fingertips on our shoulders. We're getting the same gentle stretch, lengthening and flexibility through both sides of our spine. One more inhalation as we exhale. We're going to come back to center. And then we're going to inhale our arms straight out to the side. Make a big letter T. Reach through those fingertips. Open up that shoulder joint. Create space in the elbows, the wrists, the finger joints. And then we're going to scoot to the front of our chair. Take one more inhalation as we exhale. We're going to start to bring our arms behind us, keeping them straight. When we feel those shoulder blades squeeze gently towards each other, bend the elbows and plant one palm or one hand on each hip. So elbows are gently pulling back, shoulder blades are gently drawing together. Let's lift our hearts, finding a seated camel. breathing here. So we want to make sure that we don't have our head tipped back too far, that we crunch the back of our neck, but chin can lift slightly, opening up the front of our cervical spine or neck. Take a few deep, full breaths. We want to feel our lungs fully fill with oxygen on the inhale, fully empty of all the waste products on the exhale. One more nice, deep, full inhalation. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly start to move out of our camel and come back to seated mountain. Take a breath or two here. So hopefully we feel a little taller, we feel a little bit wider across the fronts. So let's inhale, both arms overhead. As we exhale, we're going to bring our arms to cactus. Gently pull the elbows back just a little bit. We want to engage through that upper back or middle back. Pull your belly in and exhale, hinge forward. We're going to move into a forward fold. So our spine is nice and long. Take a breath here. Exhale, float your hands to your thighs. Elbows are going to hug in. And then with our next breath, we're going to start to extend a little bit lower. Feeling our bellies begin to rest on our thighs. Our gaze is moving more towards between our feet. So at this position in our forward fold, our head is above our heart. So if we have any pressure issues, we want to stay here, sliding our forearms across our thighs, and then we can start to relax the back of our neck, the back of our shoulders, relax the back of our ribs, release the low back. Breathing here in our forward fold. See if we can breathe into the back ribs. Breathe into that space in our back between our ribs and the back of our hips. And if we don't have pressure issues and would like to go a little bit lower, we can let our arms slide free, let our head release lower, moving into a little deeper forward fold. To come out of forward fold, let's all slide our hands back to the top of our thighs, hug our elbows in towards our ribs, and slowly draw your belly in and lift our upper body. We're unhinging, coming back up to seated mountain. Roll the shoulders a few times, take a nice breath. On our next inhalation, let's gently hug this right knee into our chest. So we can hold behind the knee, we can hold in front of the shin, and we're just going to do a little knee hug and release. So a little rocking hug. And then holding behind our knee or in front of our knee, we're going to do hip circles again. Both directions. And then slowly let that leg release. Moving to the other side, we're going to draw that knee into our chest and then do a little rocking hug. Hug it in and let it release a little bit. And then bringing it to a neutral, hip circles on this side. Again, you decide how big or small you want the hips to be, or the circles to be, depending on how your hips are feeling. And then slowly release that leg down. Take a breath and scoot to the front of the chair, walk our feet wide. So we're going to do windshield wiper our legs. So we might want to hold on to the chair. On an inhale, we're going to let the left knee drop down towards the floor and then back up to center and then the right knee. So as we move through this windshield wiper motion, checking in with our hips and our knees, adjusting our movement to how those body parts are feeling. The next time the left knee drops down, we're going to turn sideways. So we're going to plant our right foot, plant our right hand, bring our knee and ankle into align, or knee and hip into alignment. Hip is slightly off the chair. So if this feels uncomfortable, you can slide your foot forward. Again, if we'd like to get a little more opening, remember we're adding some flexibility now. We can slide that foot a little bit farther back. If we'd like, we can add that left arm reaching overhead, add a little mini back bend, and really feel a nice gentle opening in the front of that left hip. Crescent lunge. Again, elbow can be bent, fingertips can be on our shoulders, adjust for our shoulders. One more inhale as we exhale, bring the arm down, slide the leg in, and come back to center. Just take a brief pause here, maybe feeling a little difference between the left and the right hips. So let's even ourselves out. Walk your feet wide. A few more windshields. We're going to bring our right knee down and then our left knee. Remembering hips are different, so we might not get the exact same position on both sides. As always, we're going to listen to our body. And the next time that right knee drops down, we're going to turn sideways. Left foot stays planted, right hip slides off the chair. Slide that foot back forward. Maybe after a few breaths, we can open up a little bit more. Find your gentle stretch. Hand can stay on our hip, or we can add that arm overhead. A little mini back bend. Breathing here. Crescent lunge. One more inhalation. As we exhale, we're going to float the arm down. We're going to float the leg back, and we're going to turn back to center and find mountain. A breath or two here. Let's do one more gentle twist. So we're going to start with our arms crossed. One hand on each shoulder. Inhale, we're going to lengthen our spine. Exhale, gently twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Two more flows. And then from here, we're going to slide our hands apart, fingertips on our shoulders, elbows out to the side. And let's inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, gently twist to the right and back to center and twist to the left. Two more flows each side. One more gentle twist to the right. One more twist to the left. And then as we come center, arms are straight out, airplane arms. So if you don't have enough room, you can always go to cactus. Nice long spine here as we inhale, exhale, twisting to the right and back to center and twisting to the left. Let your head and neck flow naturally. You can look the same direction, or maybe you want to look in the opposite direction. Let's twist one more time each direction with our airplane arms. And then as we come back to center, let's bring our arms to our side. Do a few shoulder rolls back. And then gently rest our hands on our thighs. Take a moment here. As we begin our transition into final relaxation, if there's any other movements, stretches that would feel good for your body, feel free to do them now. And then we're going to gently come back to our seated mountain. Again, finding a nice, comfortable, stable pose on our chairs where we feel supported, where we feel grounded. Where we can close our eyes if we're comfortable doing that and connect with our breath. Breathing in and out through our nose. Just feel that gentle flow of cool, dry air flowing in through our nostrils. And maybe a warmer, moister air flowing out. As we breathe, let's let go of the effort to breathe in any particular way and let our bodies once more breathe naturally. Our breaths begin to smooth out, even out, lengthen and deepen as we connect with the gentle, rhythmic rise and fall of our bellies as we breathe. Following that relaxing energy as it flows through our body effortlessly, relaxing muscles, releasing joints, calming and centering our minds. Let's do one more scan of our bodies as we breathe. Letting all of our facial muscles relax, our jaw release. Let's relax our neck and our shoulders. Relax our arms, hands, and fingers. Let's relax our spine, upper back, mid back, and lower back. Relax our hips, our legs. Relax our feet and toes. Feeling that inner peace and stillness, fully present in this moment as we enjoy final relaxation today. So please feel free to stay in final relaxation for as long as you'd like. But when we're ready, we're going to gently start to wake up our bodies, starting to move and stretch any way that feels good. Feel free to wiggle fingers and toes, stretch out your arms and legs, gently moving. You want to stay relaxed, stay calm, stay centered. And when we're ready, let's bring our hands together in front of our hearts. With our eyes closed or soft gaze, let's take these last few minutes connected with the relaxing rhythmic flow of our breath, feeling the strength and focus of our bodies and minds, balanced with the relaxation, the calm, the inner peace that we're feeling now. Let's take one last inhalation as we gather it all together, and as we exhale, let's draw it into our hearts, sealing it there, to bring with us from our class into our life to enjoy through our day. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.
Donna, this was wonderful.
Wait, let me stop.